In today's video, we're going to be creating the success stories, the achievements and milestones slide, and then finally, we are going to create the contact slide for our job agency template in PowerPoint. All right, let's get started. We are going to start with a blank slide. So I'm just going to come over here and create a new blank slide. Next, we're going to insert a text box. So go over to insert text box, and I'm going to grab my text for this section or the text for the title of this slide, and I'm going to paste. Select the entire text box, change the font to Montserrat, and size is going to be 44. I'm going to change the alignment of the text to center, increase the width of this text box so that the entire text will fit on one line. Next up is a shape. I'm going to go over to the insert tab, shapes, and under basic shapes, I'm going to use this parallelogram and I'm going to insert. I'm going to change the fill to the dark blue color. Details for this color is going to be in the description box below. Go over to outline and I'm going to select no outline. I'm going to change the height to 14 and width is going to be 26.75, and I'm going to move this handle, let's say somewhere around here is good. I'm just going to hold shift down, rotate it this other direction if I could just, all right, like this, and then I'm going to go to rotate and I'm going to flip horizontal. So we're going to have it facing this way, and I'm just going to sort of place it on this slide, say like this. Maybe I could move this title slide a little bit, or the title a little bit to the top. Next up is going to be a shape. So go over to shapes, rectangle, and I'm just going to draw one here. Let's modify this. Change the fill to white. Outline, we're going to change the color of the outline to this dark blue color, and we are going to change the weight to 2 point, this 2 1/4 to be the weight of the rectangle. Next, the height of this rectangle is going to be 5.6 and the width is going to be 19.75, and I'm just going to sort of place it here. You know what, that looks good. I'm going to leave it like that for now. Next up is going to be a text box, so I could just reuse this one. I'm going to grab this, bring it here. I'm going to go over to the home tab so I can modify this. We're going to change the font to Aptos. Body size is 24 and I'm going to make it bold. Reduce the width of the text. Let's grab the content for this. This is going to be for candidates. I'm going to copy and paste. Yeah, that looks good. I'm going to just align it to the center of this rectangle. Okay, and let me bring it maybe a bit closer. All right, next is going to be an image. So I'm going to go over to insert pictures, stock images, and I'm going to give this a moment. I'm going to search for laptop, and I want to find the specific image. If I can't find it immediately, oh, I was able to find it pretty quickly. This is the image I want to use, this one. I'm going to go ahead and insert, and I'm going to give this just a moment to load. It didn't take much time this time. The height of this image, I'm just going to change to 5.3, and I'm going to bring the image over this rectangle and just align it to the center. And I'm going to use my arrow key to kind of try and have the same spacing on this side. Let me see if I move it a little bit. Okay, it looks better like this. So just try and have the same space on the top, bottom, and on the left. Next, we're going to add another text box, but once again, we can just reuse this one. I'm just going to create a copy. I'm holding Control. I'll just create a copy and bring it here. I'm going to leave the size at 24, but I'll just remove the bold, and I'm going to grab the content for this particular section, and I'm going to paste, and I'm going to increase the width. I'm going to select the name and title of this person, and I'm going to make it bold using Control and B. And I'm just going to align the text to the middle of the rectangle or the center of the rectangle. Maybe it would be better to do it like this. All right. Now I can just select all of this group using Control and G. I'm going to select this one. I'm going to hold Control and then create a copy. And I'm going to have this one. Let me bring it a little bit. Maybe I could move it down like this. You know what? I want to try and have the same spacing from. I don't know if it will be possible for me to do that, but I'll try. Sometimes PowerPoint will help appropriately, sometimes it doesn't. It's just to work with what you have. Anyway, something like this. Now I'm going to modify this. This is going to be for employers. I'm going to copy, paste. Now I'm going to grab this text. I'm going to grab this text. We're going to change the image in a moment. I'm going to copy this text and paste, and I'm going to select the name and title, make it bold. This I may have to increase the width of the text box so that's yes. All right, let's change the image. Select the image, right click, change picture, and we're going to select from stock images, and I'm just going to give this a moment, and I'm going to search for man, and I'm going to scroll down. Hopefully I can find the image I want. You can use any image you want, but for this is the one I want to use. Insert. Going to give it a moment, and it's going to download and change the image. And yeah, that's it for this particular slide. Let's move on to the next one. Let's create a new slide. Go to new slide, and I'm going to create a blank slide. Go over to shapes, and I'm going to come to basic shapes. I'm going to use frame, and I'm just going to draw it over this, place it on our slide, and just extend it till it covers the entirety of our slide. I'm going to move this handle like this. Let me see, maybe a bit more. Let's say something like this. Go over to fill, change it to that dark blue color, and outline. We're going to select no outline. Next up is our title. I'm going to go over to insert text box. I'm going to grab the title for this one, copy, and paste. Going to select the entire text box, change the font to Montserrat, and I'm going to change the size to 44. I'm going to let me extend the width of this so I will have our text all in one line. I'm also going to change the alignment to center. I'm going to align this to the center of our slide. I'm going to create a copy of this text box. I'm going to change the font back to Aptos body, and size is going to be 24. Alignment is going to be back to left. Let's go back to our notes, and I'm going to grab this text and I'm going to paste. I'm going to select these make it a bullet point, and then I'm going to select this, use tab, and then bullet point. Select this section, make it bold, this one bold, this one bold, and then finally our words is going to be bold also. I'm just going to reduce the width of this just a little bit. Let's see, like this. Let me just move it a little to this. I could just bring it down because we have a lot of empty space. So you know what? This looks good. Anyway, that is it for the achievement and milestone slide. That's very easy, straightforward. Now we're going to move on to the final slide, which is also going to be a very straightforward slide. I'm going to create a new blank slide. Next is going to be an image. Go over to Insert, Pictures, Stock Images, and we're going to load this. We're going to search for handshake, and I want to use this image. I'm going to insert it and download it. Now I'm going to copy this image. Right click the background, format background, picture or texture fill, and we're going to select clipboard. I'm going to select this and then delete. I'm going to insert the shape next. Go over to shapes, and we are under rectangles. We're going to use this one, and I'm just going to click and insert. The fill for the shape is going to be white, and go over to outline. We're going to select no outline. Let's make the height 10 cm and the width is going to be 22. And I'm just going to place it in the middle as well as the center. I'll just maybe increase this just a little bit. Let's go to the fill for this rectangle, and we're going to change the transparency to 10%. Next up, the final detail is going to be our text. So I'm just going to go ahead to insert text box, and I'm going to copy this text box, or the text, sorry, and paste. Select the entire thing. Let's change the size to 28 and change the alignment of the text to center. I could just reduce it, and then I'm also going to align it to the center like this. You know what, maybe I could increase this. Okay, all right, that is it for the final slide. Let's now add our animations to text and transitions to slides, or more like the objects, not necessarily text. Like this one, it's a group, so we're going to just have the same float animation. We're going to apply it just to this group and this one. You can try it out yourself, but anyway, let's do it together. I'm going to go over to animations, and I'm going to use float in. This is going to be, start is going to be with previous, and this one is also going to be float in. Start is going to be after previous. Let's go to slide number 10. Select just the body text, select float in, and under effects, since this is text, we're going to have by paragraph, and each point is going to come in one by one. And I'm going to select this, make it with previous. I wonder, because everything changed at once, I just want to see. Yeah, I thought as much. They're all going to come in at the same time. It's not supposed to be like that. So I want it to be, the first one is going to be with previous for start, but the rest is going to be after previous. So I'll select this one, make it after previous. The fourth one after previous. Fifth after previous. And finally after previous. All right, finally we have this one. Once again, it's going to be floating. We're just going to leave it as it is. We're not going to make any changes. We're just going to make the start with previous so that the text will come immediately we get to the slide. Let's go to transitions. This is going to be fade. Duration is going to be 2 seconds. Number 10, fade for transition. Duration is 2 seconds. Number 9, fade, and duration is going to be 2 seconds. And with that, we are done with this section. Now let's go ahead and see what these slides look like in the slideshow view. I'm going to start the slideshow and we're going to have this come in success stories. I'm going to move on to the next one. We have achievements and milestones. We're going to have this, and then finally we are going to move on to the final one, which is the contact us slide. And with that, we are done with this template. If you want to watch the videos on how to create the other slides in this template, you can go ahead and check out the description box below for the links to the course playlist or the links to the individual videos, or you could click on the playlist on screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.